Good morning. Good morning and welcome to this very special assembly where we welcome our scholars from last year back to be with us today. Can I remind you that, particularly for parents, that if you could set your mobile phone to a setting so that it will not disrupt proceedings, that would be lovely, because today is a first assembly. We are trialling live streaming today. So we are going to be live to the internet very, very shortly. No pressure on our scholars as they return. In case they trip and fumble on the stage, it will be there for posterity. However, with live streaming comes a degree of responsibility, so we make sure that our assembly behaviour is exemplary as always. The school, please stand.
Good morning, everyone. Please take a seat. Good morning to staff, to students, and to our guests, our 2017 scholars and their family and friends, and also anyone who might be watching us online. Welcome to the 2018 Scholars Assembly. The purpose of our assembly today is to acknowledge and celebrate the very top performers from our 2017 Year 12 cohort. The invitation to attend today has been extended to the members of the 2017 cohort who received an OP 1 to 3 or equivalent if the International Baccalaureate was undertaken. I am delighted to see so many of our top academics from last year return to the school this morning. Some of you have travelled a great deal of distance to be with us this morning, and that is greatly appreciated. Thank you for making such an effort. Your cohort has left quite an academic legacy when you consider the following results. OP1s, 5. Those who undertook the IB, 6 OP1 equivalents, best ever. 11 OP1s overall then. OPs 1 to 3, 27.6%. Best ever result, 30.1% if you include the IB. OP 1 to 5, 43.8%, best ever, 46.7% if you include the IB. OPs 1 to 8, 59%, again the best ever, 63.3% if you include the International Baccalaureate. These are quite incredible figures. OP 1 to 18, 100%, our best, the school's best record ever. So I'd ask that you join me in congratulating our recent graduates on these results. Well done. One of the questions that we continue to grapple with as educators and as a school is how do we provide the highest quality of education for each of our students, particularly when there is so much change in education and a seemingly endless push to include more in every day. Before I approach that question, I would like to show you a short video. In this video, an obviously intelligent young man talks about what he sees as the basis of a good education. Some of what he says might surprise you.
I work at University of Technology, Sydney, in the Centre for Quantum Software and Information. I'm a professor of software engineering. I study mathematics and theoretical physics, and those things intersect with computer science. Google, Microsoft, IBM are developing quantum computing devices, and my job is to develop the applications and the software for those devices. The first idea of possibly building a quantum computer emerged in the early 80s, and when I was in high school in the early 90s, just a few really key thinkers were thinking about this. So obviously it wasn't in the high school curriculum, but what was really important was learning how to learn and learning how to continually evolve my skills. There's a few key teachers that I had which I would really credit with getting me to where I am today. They encouraged me to be creative, but they also taught me to be disciplined in my work, to channel that creativity. Certainly throughout my career I've seen that the people who are good at that, the people who can find a way of working with the information they have, and the capacity to synthesize are the ones that succeed. The sort of skills that I think are going to be really essential for students going forward is taking a step back from the user interface which you're used to using. You're used to using Facebook, used to using Google, used to using Gmail, those sort of things. Trying to get an understanding of what's behind those things and how they work is actually really important. The future of technology, it's hard to predict. We don't know where things are going to be, so what we need is the skills so we can adapt. People have said it a million times over, but literacy and numeracy matter. The ability to communicate matters. Communication skills are really important in most occupations, and I'd say in science in particular, you need to communicate very complex ideas to people and find ways of doing that which people understand, even fellow scientists working in your field. I've worked in big collaborative networks, working towards common goals, and that involves obviously a lot of coordination and a lot of...
So how do we ensure that we're responding appropriately in what we offer, in the way in which we provide and consume education? Resources and facilities are certainly one way of responding. At Townsville Grammar